I am the type of person who has always prided myself for my intelligence. Not to say that I am the most intelligent person in the world, that's not the case. However, I have always been regarded, I think, by my entourage and by myself as a very self aware, intellectual kind of person. I can tell you that, objectively speaking, I have always been very much into reading, into books, into acquiring more knowledge, into having intellectual conversations. And I used to be one of the favorite students of teachers, like the best student in the class. Why I'm trying to say what I'm trying to say is that I think I can trust my own opinion rather well, and I can say that I am a very broad-minded, objective, and self-aware person. Like I said earlier on, I am, I'm trying to find out a specific adjective. I love words, and I'm trying to find a specific adjective to describe who I am, without making it seem like I am boasting. I am also aware of my weaknesses. I have plenty of weaknesses, trust me. You might perceive me right now as a rather poised individual, as having confidence, self confidence, and being quite graceful, smart, eloquent, articulate. Maybe those are the words that you might use to qualify me based on what you're seeing right now. Well, that would not be totally false. I would also use these words to qualify me, at least the positive traits of my personality. Having said that, let me be very honest with you. I am a 27 years old woman. I have learned a couple of lessons so far. I'm still learning. If you have to ask me what is the most difficult thing that I have been facing or learning in life, especially in adult life, I would tell you the following. The most difficult thing for me is to manage my emotions in regard to adversity, or when it comes to dealing with other people. That's one of the most difficult things for me. So like I said again, sometimes people who are very self-aware and they notice every little thing, that can also be a big that can be an asset, let's not deny it, but that can be a big curse as well, because you're not living in a world of illusion. You're not asleep. You're very much aware of what's going on around you. And if you are a person with integrity, you're a perfectionist. I believe that I am a perfectionist, so you have very little tolerance for people who are nasty, people who are bad, ill-mannered, people who are rude, people who are incompetent, all kinds of little details get to you, because you expect the world to be fair, you expect things to be done correctly, because that's what you try to do in your own life every single day. You try to make sure that you give your 100%, your 200%. You love to do what is right, what feels right, and that's it. So for me, I do struggle a lot with that. I expect people to be fair. I expect life to be fair, which I know is not going to be ever. I also, like I said, I struggle with my own emotions, with managing my anger, my impatience, my boredom, my frustration. Let's face it, adult life, uh, forget about me. Even if each of us, we face a different situation, you are not going through what I am going. Our lives are very different. You come from a different background, you have a different job. But I would say that the difference between adult life and teenage life or childhood is the gap. There is a huge gap actually. As an adult, you are just thrown into the real world and you have to find your way through it. It's like no one really is there to protect you as such. You're on your own. You're a grown up now. So it's not mom and dad will come to protect you, to always you will have to figure out lots of things for yourself. At work especially, the most important thing I think in an adult's life, forget about relationships. It's true that most of the time, sometimes our relationships with other people, especially romantic relationships, can be a great source of discontent, of unhappiness, of conflict, etc. So whether you are not in a relationship or you are in a relationship that is complicated, but that's another story. I think that when it comes to your job, because that's what you do for a living, you don't work for pleasure only. Most of us, we don't work for pleasure. We work because we have to survive. We work because there is no other choice, you know. So most of the time it gets really complicated there because you are bonded by the job. You're, I wouldn't say enslaved. You need the job. The job doesn't need you. You need the job, but there are so many things for you to navigate through. And like I say, the most difficult thing for me personally is to deal with different kinds of people who really test your patience. You know, some people are really very judgmental, some are critical, some will come and give you free advice, some will come and keep interfering in your life, some will come and just ignore you and be rude for no reason. That's very hard for you to digest. And unfortunately, you know, school doesn't prepare you for that. So all the theories that you learn in school, even if you have a degree, I am a degree holder, I have a lovely certificate that is of no utility of me as such in my job when I have to deal with certain kinds of situations. And when it comes to complicated people, or you know, it's very, I'm still learning how to do that. It's not impossible, but perhaps we tend to take everything so personally, you know. I am a very sensitive person, so I take many things personally, but now I am learning that sometimes it's just more simple just to preserve your own energy, because you're worth so much better. You're worth, you deserve peace, healing, you deserve to be happy. You don't want to ruin your health or your mood because of these people. So it's best to not react sometimes, or to just pretend like you agree with the person. Just say yes. Just say yes, you're totally right. Yeah, you're totally right. I do that a lot of times now, and I see that the person automatically they stop antagonizing me. Their attitude towards me, it changes, and I find myself also preserving my energy. You have to be very careful. Another thing, as an adult, it's very easy to, like we say, to fight the wrong battles. Energy is very precious. It's not just money that's precious. Most of us tend to think of money as the most precious asset. Yes, it's true. Money is very valuable, but your time, your energy, your emotions, time, energy, and emotions, those three things are very, very important, because you can't buy them. My emotions are so precious, but I can't buy them. Let's say that someone comes and shouts at me at work, and I get so worried, I get so stressed about it, even if it's not my fault. I take it personally, I answer back, it gets into an ugly fight, and I start crying, I start shouting like the person intended for me to do, and my whole day is ruined, my whole week even it might be ruined, not to say my whole year. So who is losing in that? It's me. I am the one losing in that. So my point is, you have to really take a step back whenever you find yourself in a situation. For example, your boss got a breakdown. This happened to me today, 2 days in a row. Obviously, my first reaction is to feel very angry and to just feel like my whole day is ruined, and why is this happening to me 2 days in a row? So obviously I am a human being. I get very impatient and angry and frustrated, and I can't help myself. Like, I will not pretend that, you know, I'm very calm, collected, and composed in such situations. I'm not. I just feel like smashing things. I feel like just shouting and fighting with someone, you know. But in the end, when you think in the bigger picture, why would you wish to do that and to hurt yourself mentally when there are so many better things you could be doing that you deserve? So in my own situation, what I do, I'm not telling you to repress your emotions either. When it comes to such challenging moments in general in life, whatever issue you have, whether it is work, relationships, your health, or whatever thing it is that bothers you, of course you have to express it. Try to find a way where you can express it. Maybe you can find some alone time and listen to some music, or call a friend and write, or maybe journal, and just do something that can allow you to express your emotions without making it worse, without making it public, or without just without damaging yourself. just find a way to express that emotion, and then you will see that you will feel better, and then you can think calmly, you can recover your composure and your logic, because most of the time your emotions will ruin your logic. I can say for myself, when I look back at some of the decisions I took, or some of the things I said, or some of the things I did when I was totally disturbed or angry, or upset by something, I see that it clouded my logic. It made it impossible for me to think clearly and strategically and for my own benefit. So those are a couple of thoughts I wanted to share with you, and also as a reminder to myself, because I think that at 27 years old, now I have started to perhaps navigate through these situations better without acting like a child, acting impulsively, irrationally. That's not what a graceful, intelligent, confident, healthy individual reacts. You want to enjoy the maximum of health, mental and physical health as possible. So next time, choose your battles wisely, and always think before reacting. You don't have just one option. You have 1, 2, 3, 4. You have countless options of how you are going to react, but it all starts with you.